coming out of the old hairpin. Oh no!
JC's going to send it? You bet he is. Oh, look at the Aston, just with the nice little battle here. Carrying huge speed through the crater curve.
Aston runs wide and he's in the grass.
Oh, there's a bit of contact.
Oh, almost side by side through there. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. I left it a bit longer this week because I didn't have the Andrelli and Kamangu bit last week. But welcome everyone. We are back from the Pro-Am break. This is season 4, round 6. We're at Oulton Park. This is Race on Oz. My name is Nick. I'm joined tonight not by Juzzy. Juzzy's he's got a really awesome work commitment. He's making some good money. But in the meantime, my man Nige Guns, welcome back.
Cheers, dude. Good to be here. Looking forward to this one.
Yes, this is going to be an absolute cracker tonight. We saw last week. We saw the Pro Boys go at it. This week, though, it is going to be the Pro-Am guys who are going to put on a show for us. Looking forward to see if Footner can maintain his winning ways. Got some Pro drivers in there tonight that I reckon might push him a little bit, and we'll see if he can remain with hostilities with Kart Dude as well. All right, cool. So let's get into it. Let's talk about last week. Not last week, last round. Last round was a while ago now. It was that man Footner. He sort of burst onto the scene from the AM divisions. He took out victory at the Nürburgring. It was Kart Dude who came in second. So it was tight, hard racing between the both of them. And Bruce, for Games and Racing Team, he took home a very well-deserved final podium position in P3, followed by his teammate from Games and Racing. It was Riggsy, so he took home P4. Chubb in P5. The two Selby Acoustics Racing boys in P6 and P7 in their Bentleys, Aaron and Branchy, took home a nice, well-deserved 6th and 7th. Then 8th for Pagnian Racing Team with Fresh Prince. And then Metal Steel from ICR and Mr. N. Wilson for Bruce Hale Racing took home the final P10. So good job from those boys. What were your thoughts on the last race, Nige? Did you watch it? That's the big one. It does seem like a long time ago. It was, I think it was a very well-deserved, well-earned break for a lot of these guys as well. I know I enjoyed having a little break as well, but definitely enthusiastic and keen to get back to it as well. So that was the previous results. Let's just quickly touch on the championship situation. So that is... This is the little infographic done by Andrali. I will play it twice because it goes by pretty quick. But this... I can hardly hear Nige. All right, we'll hopefully get back to him in a moment. I think I know what that issue is. But that's pretty much where the championship series stands at the moment. We'll wait for it to finish out. This is updated as well from last week's results from the Pro race. And as you can see there, it's Selby Acoustics Racing from Games and Racing Team, followed by Pagnian Next Level Racing, Bruce Hale Racing, and your boys, Nige, ICR, up the back there. Give us, give us your thoughts on the championship situation at the moment.
Yeah, well, with the revised scoring for this season across all servers, it is bloody close. So, mathematically, anyone could still win it. But I think probably realistically, it's the SAR, GRT, BHR boys. Oh no, PNL's in it as well. So, yep, 3.5 rounds to go. You'll want to see a lot of bananas or green machines or papayas, like really getting in the top 5s now to get the momentum coming home.
Beautiful. All right, cool. So that's and who's your tip? Who's your tip for the championship to take it out from here? Who do you think's in the box position to take it out?
Oh well, I reckon BHR is in the box because they're the champs. They're going for back-to-back, which of course hasn't been done in this league before. But I know that Ty's boys, PNL, and the SAR guys as well, they are going to be gunning for it. And yeah, I mean, the long shot, I think the dark horse would definitely be the Buzzer Dog and the GRT boys. So they've obviously had a first cracking season altogether anyway. So we'll see if they can just get some luck going their way and some strong results. But it's going to be a good run in to the race at Imola.
Beautiful. All right. Well, we'll see if your predictions come to fruition. Just a quick one. What's special about today, Nige? What's so special about today?
Oh, mate, that's the perfect cue. Today is the PlayStation ACC first birthday. So happy birthday, everybody.
Yeah, 12 months ago it all started.
It did.
I wasn't here. I wasn't involved in the league 12 months ago. Did it start on Project Cars too, I think?
No. That's on ACC. So the game would have been out in...
Yeah, it was out about a year ago. Yep.
July, and then obviously August underway. Yep. So
beautiful. All right. Well, happy birthday to ROOZ and the ACC. Obviously, ROOZ has been around for I think 12 years. I saw in the chat, but we definitely need to thank the one and only JJ Penguin for help setting it up. Well, pretty much setting up, running, doing pretty much everything. So big thank you to JJ. A lot of this wouldn't happen without his hard work, and then the hard work of everyone else as well. Everyone else who contributes to the league and contributes to the streams and just the general running of it all as well. It's a great community to be a part of. Looking forward to continuing on. So we've got a couple of more minutes left. Let's have a look at the circuit, Nige. It's 17 turns. It's pretty action-packed. It's 4.37 kilometres in length. We saw last week some pretty tight racing. We did see JJ have a very big off just at turn 5. He went... it was like a helicopter type of scenario. His Mercedes...
Yeah, I heard your footage went viral, dude.
Did it? All right, beautiful. So, it was pretty full on. I did go back and watch the replay. But yeah, so what are your thoughts on this one? On the circuit?
Awesome. It's a roller coaster. It's a driver's track. My personal opinion is that it's the hardest track on ACC because a lot of guys wouldn't have driven it much before, but it is so technical. The bumps, the curbs, your trajectories. I think it's one of the harder tracks to be really consistent on. So whoever steps up and puts a very, very clean race together, they are going to seriously put themselves in contention.
All right, well, we are less than a minute away. Before we go on, though, welcome to everyone in the chat. I haven't been ignoring you. I see you all in there. So we see Bruce is in there telling Footner to get out of ProAm, get into Pro. Bounty's joined us. Hopefully you can hear Nige a bit better now. Bounty, Vic Chan, he's there as well. Chris Riggs, I would assume that's Riggsy from the Pro Series. He's there as well. So hello, welcome to all of you. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. We've even got 3 likes already for the stream. How good's that, Nige? That doesn't happen with me and Juzzy. Maybe you're the golden touch. So
oh, well, that's the cue to shout out to Juzzy. Hope you're well, dude.
Yeah. He's got a contract, and it's it pays awesome money. So the man's got to pay the bills, and you can't, you can't sort of, you can't deny him that. So, all right, cool. So let's go have a look on the screen. So this is where we're at the moment. We're the final 2 minutes. Looks like we've got 14 in the lobby. So it's a little bit down from what we experienced last time out. There was quite a few. It was a few more, but I think this is not necessarily a a track that needs a lot of numbers. It's something that it's a track that provides a lot of its own action. And yeah, it's quality, not quantity. Speaking of quality, we do have a few pro drivers in there as well. So, Wheezy Weston, good to see Wheezy back. He's had a couple of health issues lately. So, hopefully he's back to full health. So, welcome back, Wheezy. And K-Man, what do you think of that? K-Man coming and racing with the Pro-Am boys.
This is awesome because Wheezy will have pace as long as he's, can last the hour. And Footnar obviously, so and there'll be a few more boys that'll be quick, but it doesn't. I mean, obviously, the further up the grid, the better off you are. But it's probably not so important. Pole here.
Yeah. All right, so they're making their way out onto the circuit. Bruce is encouraging people to hit that like button. Thank you very much, Bruce. Very much appreciated. So Fresh Prince for P&L. He's going to get proceedings underway. I did see Footnar go out there a little bit early on, but then sort of just came back into the pit straight away. So I'm not too sure what that was about. But anyway, this man... Fresh Prince, he's going to look to set the time. I didn't see what the times were in practice. Did you catch him, Nige?
Yeah, 33.6 was the flyer from Footnar right towards the end of the session.
Okay. All right, let's see what they can do. Let's have a look at a few of the other guys out there. So Gaza for Bruce Hall Racing. Track set 30 degrees optimum, so... perfect conditions to set some fast times. Who else do we have out there? I think that is Metal Steel. Yep, so just coming through. Haven't done my little history lesson on the circuit yet. I'll get to it. But the infamous Knickerbrook at turn 12. So Metal Steel going through there. Who else is with us tonight? Is that Kart number 1? Yep, Kart Dude. Unfortunately not racing. So,
no, he's not.
Yeah, we're looking forward to... watching him resume battle with Footnar. They've had some cracking races the last couple, especially at Snetterton in the sprint race. Unfortunately, he's not racing, so that does open it up a bit for Footnar as well. This is Fly. What else do we have here? Kamangu, the man who does the magical video editing. He's the person responsible for all of that. The sensational graphics, that most of them are provided by Andrali. I do a couple of them myself as well.
That new intro this week, that rocks.
Yeah, it's that video is pretty awesome.
Hell yeah, just makes such a difference for kicking off the show.
All right, well, a show I hope they can put on tonight. Burrow Dog's in the chat, so good luck, lads. He's cheering them on. If you have any requests, put them in the chat. We'll see if we can service them within reason, of course. What else do we have out there? So it was Fresh Prince was the first man to lead us away. So he's going to set the first time lap of the session. So we'll see what sort of time he can set. It's only a 15-minute qualifying session, so the boys do need to fill it up and get cracking. He's coming through turn 5 now. The infamous sight of JJ spinning like a helicopter rotor blade last week. Hopefully we don't see any of these boys doing that tonight. So you reckon it's the hardest track on the calendar, Nige?
Yeah, I'd say it's one of the hardest, for sure.
Okay.
It's difficult to set the car up. You want to... It's one of those things. Do you set the car up for the track? Do you set it up for your driving technique? You know, I think it's a real exercise in, balancing out what your needs are. I know a lot of guys these days are there just trimming the tuning to make the car go as quick as possible, and then just a few tweaks once you've got a full tank of gas on board. I mean, it's a sprint race. It's an hour, so. Go hard, but definitely you just want to temper the aggression around here, because it's so easy to make a mistake and get spat out.
Yeah.
And all these drivers were requesting gravel and grass around the around the circle. This is old school.
Yeah.
If you put a wheel off, it can absolutely bite big time.
All right. Well, that's what you want to see, though, right? Is that?
Oh yeah.
So we've got a couple of times filtering in now. So Fly set a 136.4. You've got, Kamangu goes to the top of the table straight away with a 136.3. So nice time from him. Then it's Fly, Metal Steel and Andrali. He's set a time. Here comes Wheezy Western though. So just making a little bit of a comeback here, if you like. Bruce agrees with you, Nige. Agree, it's the hardest track. So you've got to support it. It is bloody hard though. I don't drive as much as I used to, but I did drive this circuit a little bit because I wasn't as familiar with it as we see Gazza go into P2. And it really does test your skill level. So we'll see which one of these guys are most up to it tonight, who can take home a victory. All right, I think that's Fresh Prince is coming through 14. Water Tower, they call it, into 15. Druid's Corner. So I believe it's got something to do with Brands Hatch. All these circuits in England, they're quite ancestral in terms of ownership, in terms of how they're all linked together. So Palmer Motorsport own this circuit as well, and they had British touring car racing there this past weekend. Don't know if anyone checked that out. This is Angry Old Fella in the P&L Mercedes. He goes P5, so we're a third of the way through. Currently it's Footner, our championship, our hottest driver, if you like, the man in the most form, is with a 133.6 right now, and it's Haggis.
Yeah, so that matches his time from practice, so he's put a good lap together early on, so he'll be nice and relaxed. He'll probably go quicker now because he's already got a decent time on the board.
It's a pretty solid banker lap, isn't it? Wheezy
Hell
Western still not put a time lap in. I thought that would have been the one, but it's not. Who else is out there just waiting for some more guys to come through? Metal Steel looks like he's on another time lap as well. Two ICR boys, Ignition Control Racing, back to back. I think that might be Cheer him on, Nige, Mr. N. Wilson.
Fuck yeah.
And Metal Steel. Who else do we have?
The Haggis Man and Metal Steel. Wilson's the enemy, dude.
Oh, sorry. Oh, Mr. N. Wilson's Bruce Hale Racing. That's all right.
Yep, he's Green Machine.
All right. So K-Man, our resident pro driver, he set a time. Where are you, K-Man? You did P4. So up there for the Selby Acoustic Racing Bentley. As we approach halfway, everyone's set a time. Fresh Prince goes P9, except Wheezy Western. Where are you, Wheezy? He's just coming through turn 12 now. So we'll see. Someone might have done himself a mischief at turn 12. No, that was Footner. I think he's just got a little bit of like a power slide coming out of the pits there as well. I like that. Wheezy Western. Let's see if he can finish his lap. He'd be a contender. But at the moment, it is that man Footner in P1 as we approach 7 minutes remaining in the session. It's Gazza's here. Haggis, K-Man, and Mr. N. Wilson makes up your top five. Where can Wheezy insert himself? P3.
There he is.
Yeah, nice time from Wheezy. Fly crosses the line. He doesn't improve on his time. All right. What about Haggis? He's your man. Well, your men, if you like. The two ICR boys maybe trying to give each other a toast. Not really a circuit conducive to slipstreaming with one another. And he goes into the pits.
No, Haggis and Metal, they have been working really well together. Metal is an ICR vet, and Hagman's new to the party this season. Fresh off the boat, as they say. And they've been working really well together. You know, good feedback and comms with the pro boys. So it's been quality. We definitely haven't had the quantity on the grid this season, but the quality has been very good.
Maybe this is your building season that you can just set the foundations for next season. We saw one of the drives, Mr. N. Wilson, he's up there in P5. K-Man dropped down into P6. So we've got just under 6 minutes left for this qualifying session. Looking for... Oh, that's Footner out there. There he is. He's starting his lap. Maybe we'll just do a quick little bit of onboard with him, see how he does it.
Yeah.
We'll go for a lap around the 4.3 kilometre, 17 turn. Oulton Park Circuit. This is a bit of a tricky one as he comes through Cascades. It's a short blast up the avenue. And then turn 4, Island Bend. So just eases off nicely. And here it is. Shallows Corner is what they call it. Turn 5. I don't know about you. Reminds me of the new Hockenheim. The
Oh yeah.
that hairpin that comes into the stadium section.
Yep.
Walk us through it, Nige. Walk us through the rest of the lap. Give us your analysis.
Dude, yeah. Coming down to the next like it's like a triple chicane, right, left, right. Slow on entry. Little lift. Yep. He's still up, so he's up by a couple of tens, and then flat out over the crest, up to the double right-hander. This is tricky every lap. Blind on entry, and just when you get to the first one, you can start to see the second one, and then lots of curb on the exit, and up to the last corner. This is another tricky corner. Little dip at the apex, over the crest, on the gas. Oh, a huge bit of power slide. And he's lost the time through those last couple of corners.
Yeah. So unfortunately, he wasn't
This
able
track
to.
is... Sorry, dude.
No, that's okay.
No,
Go for
this
it.
track is relentless. Like you just you don't get much of a chance to breathe.
Yeah, it's busy. It's
Yeah.
a very, very busy little circuit. It's 17 turns, but they're packed right in there, and they're not all full corners either. So it's sort of a lot of them are just gentle bends, but it's busy.
Yeah, and it's not. Yeah, and it's not that long.
Yeah.
So it,
Yeah, only 4.3 kilometres. Evening, lads. HSV 12 cheering on ICR. So welcome. Thank you for coming along and watching tonight. Thanks to everyone for coming along. Who else? We've got Andrali here. This is for...
Nice.
Oh, I saw that was one of the P&L drivers. That could have been... Might have been Wheezy Weston in his McLaren. No, it wasn't. It was... Who was it? It was 213, I think. Oh, it's Fresh Prince. All right, you had a big moment at the back there. So we've got just under 3 minutes left. It's still Footner with a 133.6 is the man to beat. He's being chased down by this man, though. Gaz is here in his Bruce Hale Racing Bentley. Beautiful green liveried vehicle of theirs. It's they've done really well with their livery this season, I reckon, the BHR boys. It's a BHR 1-2. Who else is out there? K-Man. What's he got? I'm expecting big things from K-Man tonight. Pro driver in the Pro-Am division. Goes P4, so that's not bad from K-Man.
Yeah, that's better. That's more like it. 34s, yeah.
All right, Wheezy Weston. Looks like he sort of just climbing all over the curb. Coming through the final turn. Hits the line. He improves to P2. So
Nice.
Wheezy just turning up the wick a bit. What about Branchy? He's down there in P10. Let's see if he can improve that as we go. 2 minutes left in this round 6 Pro-Am qualifying session. Branchy is P7. So nice work from him. We had someone else, 599. That was Metal Steel. I had the button on there. I just didn't press it. He's in P8. So ICR well represented. Let's see. We were on board. We were with Gazette earlier on in the lap. Let's see if he can improve on his time. He's currently 6/10 down off pole position. Got 90 seconds left. This would be... he'll have time for one more, and then that's it. So we're winding this one down. Gazette...
Yeah, Footner's parked it. He's done.
I like the confidence. I like the confidence.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. You got to have that.
He's gone. He was very happy with that banker lap in that last session. I stayed on board with him, and he was pushing for ludicrous speed. And I reckon there was probably, if he hooked up all the sectors, there was probably about another half a second in it, which shows you just how tricky this track is.
Well, he lost all that time in that last turn, but I guess that sort of shows you the the small tolerance that this circuit has between good and bad. Angry old fella. He'll stay down there in P10. We've got Wheezy Western. He didn't improve, so it looks like it's going to be Footner on pole as we go T-minus 30 seconds right now. This is Branchy. So he's moved up a little bit in the standing, so he's looking good. Let's see if he can improve on his P7. He does. He moves up into P5, so nice work from Branchy. What about Kamangu in that McLaren? He moves up from P13 into P11. So we're almost out of time here. The clock is going to tick down 0. Gaza, he's the one of the only men left who can knock off Footner for now. He's 6/10 off him. Let's see if he can do it as he just comes through. This is turn 16 through Lodge Corner. We're about to go into the max waiting time part of it. He remains in P3, so he will not improve on that time. Fresh Prince, he's going to go into the pits. Haggis, what can he do? He remains in P6. And then let's see if Fly can improve. No, he can't.
Oh, Wheezy into the wall. Oh, so Wheezy's done.
Yep, he's done. Yep, so he's out. So they're all in the pit. So that is it. That's going to be our grid.
Nice.
Let's start in P4. So that'll give us. We'll leave the camera in P4. There's only one car left out there. That is Branchy, but I don't want to go on him because then it will. That will start where he's in P5. Anyway, but congratulations, Footner. He has taken pole position once again. He's continued his red hot form with a 1:33.663. So cracking time from him. And Wheezy Western, our pro driver, he's taken P2. And then Gaz is here as well for P3. What did you think of the session, Nige?
Yeah, good stuff. BHR on top, P1 and 3. Good stuff from Wheezy on his return, so he's obviously feeling pretty good. SAR, P4, P5. Yeah, this is looking really good. I'd say the top 10 are within 1.8 seconds of Footner's time, but he's 6/10 ahead of Wheezy. So I'd say once you start filling the tanks up, everyone's race pace is going to be a lot closer than those times.
Yeah, well, we talked a little bit about the strategy before we came on air, and we were just sort of discussing what was the strategy last week. Vic Chan went with sort of like an early stop. He stopped lap. What was it? Where's my notes? Lap 2, lap 8. He came home strong to spoil the I think it was a BHR 1, 2, 3 possibly last week. So he spoiled the party on that.
Yeah. So P4 Vic started, and that strategy got him up to P3.
Yeah. So it was a fantastic effort from Vic. Couldn't quite get the win, but still it was an awesome job from him. But the rest of them sort of tended to. It was around about the halfway mark. A lot of people pitted, but then they would pit not long after that, maybe sort of 5-10 minutes after that. So it was generally around that lap 16 to 18 is when most drivers pitted, and then it was between sort of 20 to 24. Lap 28 was the latest pit stop. That was you, Bounty. You pitted on lap 28. You were the latest stopper last week. Slambo Baggin smashed it. Footner, good lap. Yes, I agree. Slambo Baggin has been in some very good form as well. Good to have you along, Slambo. And Burra Dog's in there as well. Should be a good battle between Wheezy and Footner. I agree, Burra. And Gazza and K-Man, bit of a captain stoush. Yes, this is that's what you like to see. I hope we're playing for all the sheep stations tonight. Yeah. All right, cool. So we're less than 90 seconds away from getting this one started. I guess I didn't do the history lesson earlier. I'll do a little bit now, a little bit about the circuit, if you like. It's got a lot of history, as most English tracks do, being a older country. They sort of built it pretty early on in the piece. What have we got? Old Hall Corner, turn 1, named after Oulton Hall. So this was that hall actually stood at the rear of the circuit. Funnily enough, it was destroyed by fire. Well, not funnily enough, it was destroyed by fire. But it was the first fire that ever required two firefighting divisions to get under control. So that's a little bit about that one. Fulstons. It's got a bit of a macabre, not macabre. It's got a bit of like a dour kind of one to this. Fulstons is at 7 and 8. So it's named after two men involved at different times in the ownership of the circuit. First one was John Fulston. He actually brought Grovewood Circuits in 86, only to be killed testing at IndyCar at Silverstone the following year. It's a bit rough. John Britton. He was one of the partners of Motorsport Vision, who are the current owners. He died following a battle with cancer in 2009. So that was a very sad corner, but it's more of like a homage to them. Hislop. This is a good one. This is named after... Are you a motorbike fan? As we get things underway, you a motorbike fan, Nige?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So Steve Hislop died in a helicopter crash short time before Oulton British Superbike ran in 03. Reigning champion as well. He ranked Oulton Park as his favourite circuit. He was expected to make his return there, but unfortunately perished in a helicopter accident. So his teammate, Stuart Easton, rode his 92 Mannix TT, winning Norton through a ribbon to open the new corner. And then this is one of my this and Bombhole are my two favourite stories about corners. Knickerbrook at turn 12. A tale led to the naming of this corner shortly before the circuit was created. Blaster Bates, a local explosive and demolition expert, called in to remove some trees. Beech trees is what they were called. He blew up two of them. On the third explosion, he saw two people running from the scene and then found a set of knickers floating in the dam just there. So there's two people having a bit of fun. So they decided to call it Knickerbrook in honour of that. They're trying to come up with a name for it, but it's quite a notorious corner as well. So that's a little bit of history about the circuit. Burrow Dog, can you turn the cars up, mate? Should be 100%. Yeah, I can turn... Oh, there we go. I can turn the onboard engine up all the way. Oh, hang on, that's no good. I was having a bit of a play around with that. Sorry. Should have done that before.
No, that's why those boys are there.
All right, there we go. Hopefully, that has fixed it. I think it has. Ah, there we go. Oh, what is happening? Can you hear anything, Nige?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah,
there we go.
My feed,
all right,
so.
I'm back. All right, sorry. Cool. All right, beautiful. That's all underway. Sorry about that, fellas. Because JJ Penguin was talking about, he said something that he does for getting used to the tyres, but we'll talk about that in a moment. All right, so
Coming through the last corner.
yeah, call it, Nige. Let's get this thing underway. You can call the start,
Mate, I've got...
I'll call the start then. Sorry, that was the deal.
Yeah, go for it, dude.
All right, here we go.
Good.
Cool. All right, here we go. So round 6, Pro-Am, Oulton Park. Let's go racing. So it looked like it was a good start from Footner, but it looks like it was the P&L. Wheezy got a really good start in there. They make it through turn 1. Oh, a little bit of a shove off the circuit. I think that was K-Man for Selby Acoustics Racing. All the drivers seem to have made it through without any issue. Let's go here. Beautiful. But it's Footner leading them away. Doesn't look like we have any spinners down the back there. No, come on, cameraman. You got to keep up with me. Yeah, it's just doing the timing screen, just doing a little freak out. But it seems like everyone has managed to get underway.
Nice and clean.
Yep, no spinners, no accidents. All 14 drivers off and away. But it's that man Footner. He's lost the lead to Wheezy Weston. So Wheezy's going to lead him around for the first lap. It's the two Bentleys of Footner and Gazzers here for Bruce Hale Racing. As Footner having a look as they come into turn 12. Sends it up the inside. They go side by side. It's a little touch between Wheezy, but nothing too serious. They managed to get through there without any issues. And they'll both continue on the fight. So Footner pushing Wheezy already. Pushing the Pro driver. Maybe doesn't want to do too good. He'll go up to Pro next round. But here he is now. So he's going to give chase. Gets a little wide there on the dirt. But it's a little train of 5 cars. With
K-Man. Oh, wow.
having a big look. Having a very big look at Gaza.
Oh, and here comes Fly.
So he's going to try and sort of tuck into the draft under the Bentley. Nah, thinks better of it. Back at the front, though, Wheezy's pulled out 8 tenths after that early attack from Footner. Hasn't been able to make any ground on that. But we've got a nice little scrap between K-Man and Fly, though. So this will be a good effort. This will be a good little learning exercise for Fly. He's going to take on the wily veteran of K-Man, the New South Welshman. Thoughts out to all those in lockdown in New South Wales. We're Melburnians, we know all about that, so we wish you the best. Stay safe. I think Queens are parts of Queensland as well.
Nice and clean up the back, Nick, at the start. There was a bit of a check up into turn 1. Metal lost out. He lost a few positions at the start, and then the GRT boys were racing each other up the back straight on lap 1, and I think they actually did switch positions, but nice and clean. Yeah, so good stuff.
All right, looked like Angry Old Fella might have had a bit of an issue there because I saw him in the pits. So not too sure what happened to him. But I think one of his P&L teammates had the similar issue last week. That was Eagle Wind. Had a first lap pit stop he had to make. He got caught up in a little bit of action. But everyone else is all underway. We're with Kamangu. He's fighting it out with Fresh Prince. So it's a McLaren v McLaren effort. So come through turn 1 there. Just having a look at the front. Still Wheezy Western though. He's up there leading it. He's sort of brought the gap out to about a second now. Metal Steel, he comes into the pits as well. So he makes a stop very, very early on. Maybe he's going the Vic Chan. Oh no, this is a big one. Oh, he almost hit him. Sorry, that was Kamangu. That was the same place that JJ went off last week. That was almost going to be a big one. I thought he was going to collect Fresh Prince there as he went through the barrier. But that was, he's come out of it okay. So, whew, that was a close one. All right, let's go to Haggis.
I swear, but I felt you, dude.
Yeah. All right, one of your boys, ICR, Haggis. He's chasing down Branchy. This is P6 and P7. So Haggis started in P7. Branchy was in P5, so he's dropped a spot. Fly's moved up a spot. K-Man stayed in P4. He's having a little bit of a look.
Yeah, Footner a little loose. You got to wonder what sort of fuel load. So most of these guys will have a lot of fuel on board. You know, maybe as much as 80 litres.
Yep.
But there's without a doubt, a couple of boys would have been hell with it. I'm going light and going to see if I can make up some time on track because, you know, if a lighter fuel load gives you more confidence, that could definitely be the way to go.
All right. Well, we'll see as the pit stops start to reel in and the strategies unfold before us. This is sort of back to action at the front. So it's 8 tenths between Footner and Wheezy, but Gaza, he's only half a second behind Footner, and he's being chased down by K-Man as well, only 4 tenths behind. So it's a trio of Bentleys following the McLaren around right now. And Wheezy's doing the Maccas pretty well as we speak for the P&L boys. Let's see how this unfolds. So Gaza has been a pretty regular performer, regular top performer in
for years now, dude.
yeah. So he was a round 1 winner in Silverstone. Then he was P12 at Donington. He was 5th at Barcelona. Didn't do the sprint races and was 15th at Nürburgring. So that was his only real blemish for the season so far. 19th. He'll be wanting to. He's doing a lot better than that. I think he had early race incident that put him down the pack. So he's avoided that this time out, and he's going to give chase to Footner, who's started to close that gap on Wheezy. So it's down to 4/10 now between those two. This is going to be tasty. Maybe Footner just started to build a bit of a rhythm, and maybe
he's got to run. Oh, he's going to be challenging. Fastest corner on the track. Yeah, these boys are good. These top 4, and you watch this, if they start getting a little racy. Oh no, Fly's actually dropped back quite a bit on that last half a lap. So I think these 4 boys, I've got them all in the same chopper shot. And any one of these boys can win it tonight. So it's the same as last week. You got like 4 guys really in contention.
Yeah, this does remind me of last week, where sort of a bit of I think it was about a 5-car pack kind of broke away from the rest. We got 4 cars tonight.
Yep.
Yeah, but this will be very interesting once it starts to get a bit racy. The fuel loads come down a bit, sort of start to get into the rhythm, and then let's see what action these boys can give us. So that's the top 4. Got a little, still Haggis and Branchy. We'll get back to them, have a quick look back at those guys. And Andrali's having a nice little battle with Fresh Prince. That's down in P9 and P10 for those two. So it's Audi versus McLaren. As Haggis, your team, ICR, comes around, start of another lap, down to turn 1. A little bit bumpy through turn 1 there, but seemed to go all right.
Yeah, on entry, mid-corner and exit. It's one of the reasons why drivers love this track. Like the real-world drivers, when the way they talk about this track, like for a lot of them, it's their favourite British track.
Oh, this is Haggis and Branchy had a little bit of side-by-side, a little bit of Rubbins racing action there. And Haggis has managed to get past as he comes into turn 5. So as they were going through Island Bend, they were side-by-side, made a little bit of contact there. But Haggis managed to, both of them managed to stay on the circuit. Haggis has moved up a spot into P6. So there's one for the ICR boys. Let's have a quick look at Andrali for Gamesman Racing Team. He's down there in P10 in his Audi. Loves racing that little Audi. He's chasing down the McLaren. Another one of the P&L boys, Fresh Prince. His teammate's doing quite well out in front. Wheezy Weston. He's 4/10 up on Footner. We'll get back to that in a moment. But just thought we'll give this battle a little bit of a chance to breathe. And we'll see what we got.
Yeah, so Haggis really needed that. That'll give him a ton of confidence to have made the move on track, because if he can stay consistent, Fly, who's dropped back from the front 4, we've got a real race on with a pack of 6 cars for P5. So 5th through 10th tonight is going to be a ding-donger.
Well, let's have a look at them, because we've gone 10 minutes. I'll get back to Footner and Wheezy while we do this. But Wheezy Weston out in front. That was Gaza having a big look at his teammate Footner in P2. P3, is that man Gaza. P4 is K-Man, the wily vet. Fly is in P5, so he's sort of dropped back from this pack. Then, as you were saying, after that, it's Haggis in P6, Branchy, Mr. N. Wilson, Fresh Prince, and Andrali. They're having a little sort of, it's kind of like the second little group that are fighting it out. That's our top 10. We've got a bit of action in the chat as well. Burrow Dog was talking about threading the needle there. That was for Kamangu. He did thread the needle. It's a very good description of it. Chris Riggs, sensible lads. They're just burning down the clock. Yep. And then Burrow Dog, this is good stuff. Top 4 are on it, and Bruce cheering on Andrali. This is where the battle is Right now, this is Footna. He's just
Oh,
behind.
Wheezy's off.
Yeah,
Wheezy's
I was
off.
going to say that. Where is he? I can't see him. He's off at 14. Turn 14. He's in the wall there.
So he's really struggling to get it back on track, and I think pretty sure he ended up in the wall. So I didn't see it actually happen.
Oh, he's got big damage to the back there.
Yeah.
Might not. He's gone in the wall backwards, has he? Or maybe he's had contact from the rear because he's got a lot of damage at the back, as you can see there. So I'm not too sure what happened. I was focusing on Gazza and Footna. Branchy's gone
Wheezy
into the pits. Yeah, Wheezy pits. All right. So it's Footna in the lead. Wheezy Western, he pits lap 7. All right, and then K-Man moves up into P3. So it's going to be sort of the top 3 now, minus Wheezy Western. And we see Branchy, he's in there as well. He's making a pit stop. So a few guys starting to filter in a little bit now. Obviously Wheezy. So we're not too sure what happened to him there. It looks like he had some sort of damage at the back. So whether he went in backwards or maybe got a little bit of a tap, not too sure. Won't speculate. We'll leave that for post-race stewards. Maybe that might be coming, the stewards way. We'll have to wait and see. We have seen Footna be quite aggressive in his racing as well. He's definitely not one to take a backward step, as Cart Dude would attest to. They've had some cracking battles. Unfortunately, Cart Dude not here tonight. But, yeah, we'll leave it there, I reckon.
So, Nick Hagman, the Haggis, has closed down Fly already. It's within half a second, coming up to the last corner. So Haggis has got really good pace. Fly in the same car, so they're both in Ferraris.
Yep.
But yep, this is a battle now for P4. So
all right, and you said Haggis is kind of new to the league as well.
yeah, he made his debut this season.
Beautiful. All right, well, let's give him a bit of shine and see what he's got. Slambo said he ran wide and touched the grass and spun on his own.
Yeah, okay.
So, all right, we'll have to...
Good job, Slambo.
Yeah, so his Slambo's on it. All right, let's see what Haggis can do. We might do a bit of onboard action with Haggis. Actually,
Oh, he's very close.
well, this is Ferrari versus Ferrari. Oh, he ran a little bit deep there into the chicane.
Yeah.
It is easy to lose the car on the grass, as you pointed out, Nige, that they don't have the tarmac runoffs here. It's grass and it's old school. It's grass and oh no, Haggis!
Ooh. That was a good save. Yeah, so it's one of those things too. The closer you get, the more unpredictable and more possible that you might get a little bit of aero wash and just lose it on the front end. And see, he had such consistent pace for those few laps after making the pass, and as soon as he's got close, he's just lost his rhythm a little bit, and there you go, drop back to a second or a bit.
Well, you just have to reset now. Just he's still pointing around the right way. He hasn't lost a massive amount of time. Just get back into that rhythm, and you'll be okay again.
45 minutes to go.
Yeah, like I was going to say, it's the most cliched thing in it's the most cliched thing in motor racing. So I've got to get back
Long way to go.
on the long way to go in this one. We're a quarter of the way through though, and at the quarter.
At least we don't talk about that game of two halves bullshit.
All right, so that is all right. So it's one. P1 is Footna. HSV saying 2 off at the hairpin. I don't know what he's talking about there, but anyway, Wheezy Western's still in the pits, so must have been a lot bigger damage than what it looked.
Yeah.
But at the quarterway mark, it's Footna, Gaz is here, K-Man all in the top 3. Fly, this man here, Haggis for ICR, he's in P5. Fresh Prince, he's up there in P6. Mr. N. Wilson, P7. Andrelli, P8. P9, cart number 1, and Kamangu. He's up there in P10. So that's our top 10 for now. And yeah, Wheezy Western still in the pits. Where's Branchy? Branchy, did he pit? He did pit.
Yeah.
But he's all the way... He's last right now.
And it's still showing 2 pit stops to do.
Yeah.
So that's weird.
This happened last week as well. Can't remember who the driver was specifically, but someone did that. Oh no, sorry, that happened. Sorry, that was another series. That was a completely different league. Sorry.
Good to see your employment is up.
I'm doing this 4 nights a week at the moment. It's good fun.
Nice, dude. You should be. You're good.
Thanks. All right, so who else have we got? Just having a look through here. Let's go back to Haggis because he's only... Oh, no, we'll go to Andrali. Sorry, he's 2 tenths behind Mr. N. Wilson. I have Mr. N. Wilson to thank for actually being involved in ROOZ because we were in another league that got disbanded in quite explosive circumstances. And Mr. N. Wilson said, come over here to ROOZ. The guys are pretty good. So I have Mr. N. Wilson to thank for that. He's down in P7. So Andrali, the man who does all the beautiful graphics that you see every week, he's chasing down the Ferrari, the Bruce Hale Racing Ferrari. So they come through Hislops, now Knickerbrook. So it used to not that chicane used to not be there. So that turn 12 was quite deadly because cars would have no runoff there, and they actually. The Marshall's stand there was in 07. Well, all of the stations were redesigned with protective cages because of the close proximity to the circuit. But yeah, turn 12 coming through there used to be quite notorious. All right, so Andrali, he's pitting. So he's going to come into the pits, that big downshift on that Audi. That sounded nice. So he's coming in, that's lap 11. Let's go have a look at Haggis again. He's only 3 tenths behind Fly, so it looks like he's kind of regrouped a little bit. He's going to give Fly a little run for his money now. This is Ferrari versus Ferrari. So the top 5, it's 2 manufacturers. It's Bentley and it's Ferrari. This is a good result.
So this is interesting. Sorry, Nick.
Yep.
But,
no, go for it.
Battle for 4th and 5th. So Fly and Haggis, they're coming through the chicane now. And Metal, who is the first guy to have made his first stop, he is coming into turn 3 right now. So Metal has had clean air, clean track for most of the race now. And this is going to be very, very interesting, this battle for 4th on backwards. Gaz has definitely dropped back now from Footnar, back to 4.5 seconds. But K-Man's still with Gaz. Fly and Haggis now 10 seconds back of P3, so yeah, good battle going on for the podium, but the top 10, it's a fierce battle out there.
So what are you doing in this situation, Nige? Are you deciding, look, I'd probably be better off in fresh air in terms of Haggis? Say, look, I'm going to battle it out with him. I'm only not going to do myself any favours with that. And pit, or... Oh, no! It does Fly! He lost that. He lost that through
so
turn
Fly
1.
Just wide on the exit of turn 1 and got on the grass, and he's obviously kept the right foot buried and gone for the loop. So Haggis up to P4, and he's just kept the pressure on. Look, that's, if you feel confident, that is what you want to do. Just stay close, keep the pressure on, and then, give it a good 10 minutes. Yeah. And then if you can't get past, then jump into the pits.
Oh, he's gone around again. Oh, this is not good. That was coming through Island Bend there. The back of that car's suffered a lot of damage. So he's going to struggle to get... Well, he won't struggle to get back to that pits, but it's going to take him a little while. Wheezy Western's back up and running again. But he was in the pits for quite a while. I don't know if Fly had a similar size shunt, but he might be in the pits for a little bit as well. In the meantime, though, K-Man, he's closed the gap by 2nd to Gaz's here. So it's only 4 tenths between these two. This is for P2 and P3. But it's the wily vet, K-Man. Gazza, I'm not familiar with Gazza, But,
Oh, Gazy's a wily vet.
all right, so it's a wily vet versus wily vet. I reckon both of these guys would be enjoying this, I think.
Oh, there's a reason why these two boys are captains, dude.
All right, this is captain versus captain. Love it. A little bit in the chat. Burrow Dog, get him, Andrali. I've heard that Audi is tough around here. So cheering on Andrali. Riggsy looks like he was responding to something that wasn't good. I would like to see if Haggis starts catching the podium places. That was from ETSHSV. HSV 12, I'm just going to call him. So, yeah, bit of action in the chat there. And action on the track. So this is good. Captain versus captain. Wily Vet versus Wily Vet. And Fly is in the pits after that sizable shunt coming through turn 1. And Andrali, he makes his second stop. So he was only in there a couple of laps ago. So he's either got both of his stops out of the way, or he might have had an issue after he completed his first stop earlier. I didn't see anything. All right, might do a little bit of onboard with K-Man. Formerly of No Chance Racing, now named Selby Acoustics Racing. So, the Bentleys didn't fare that well around here last week in the pro race. Decent times by these two. Only 2/10 separating them on that last lap. Ooh, it looked like Gazza ran a little bit wide there through Cascades.
Yep.
Looks like K-Man was able to close it up a little bit. Or did K-Man get a little bit nervous through there? Those black plastic wrap hay bales or whatever they are, look very ominous when you're coming towards there.
Yeah, I saw Footner take out the tyre bundle into the chicane during practice, and I wondered whether that was causing any damage or not.
No, that has happened before, and I've asked that question. Apparently, it doesn't cause any damage. That's the answer.
It's the same as the one at Donington.
Yeah, that's where it happened.
Chicane.
That's where it happened.
Gotcha.
Yeah. All right, we've got
That's bloody cheating, I reckon.
Well, once you hit it, and then it goes like bouncing away. So, got a little bit of support here for Haggis. He's having a blinder, having a great race. Riggsy says.
Yep, so he is consistently staying 10 seconds back of P2 and 3, so Gaz and K-Man. So the Hagman has got the pace. I saw once he joined the team before his first race that I was doing a bit of work and just watching some onboard, and it was obvious. Haggis is a real world racer on bikes. Done some extraordinary stuff around the Nordschleife and on the Isle of Man.
Right, okay, so awesome.
He's got a lot of experience on 2 wheels, but now he's having a crack at the 4, and yeah, it's been great to have him on the team.
And is the name, does it have anything to do with any Scottish heritage or anything like that, or?
Yeah, no, he literally is fresh off the boat, dude. His accent is nice and juicy.
Awesome. All right, we'll have to try and get him on the stream somehow, maybe like a post-race interview. If he wins, we'd have to definitely get him on.
Totally.
He's P4 right now, so he'd be thinking he'd be pretty happy with himself, and he does have a bit of Burrow Dog, the Hagman. I like that rig. I like that description. What do you call the guy who does the voice? What's his name? What do you call him? He does like green.
Klaus in the pits.
Klaus in the pits. That's right. All right. I couldn't remember that
the
last
Austrian
week.
tech engineer. Yeah.
Yes. All right. Well, this is the closest 2 cars on the circuit. Let's have a quick look around pit stops though, as K-Man and Gazza battle it out for another lap. But it's Footnote who's pitting.
Yep.
He's pitting our race leader.
That's 26 minutes in. That's pretty early.
Yeah, that was a little bit earlier than the majority of the guys last week. So,
stationary for 8 seconds. So he's taken on, I don't know, 10, 12, maybe 14 litres.
I love it, Nige. That's
He's
the insight that we're after. Beautiful.
So where is he relative to? So Haggis has made it through. So Footnut back to P4, I think. Yeah, Freshy's just come through 1.
Let's see.
Okay,
I've got Haggis on the screen now. Where's Footnut? He's just going to come through Island Bend now, so he's not too far behind. So there's going to be a test for Haggis, a test of his medal, if you like.
That's it. Yep.
Okay, so Footnut, he's completed his stop, one of his 2 stops. Then we've got Flies in the pits as well, so he's completed both of his. Metal Steel, he's completed 1. Fly and Angry Old Fella and Andrali, they've all completed both stops. So that's of the 14 runners. But let's cheer on this man, Hagman. I kind of get that could be his new nickname now, Nige. I feel like he's a bit of a fan favourite, and orange seems like an appropriate colour for a Scotsman. It's pretty pretty stereotypical, but
it'd be an awesome colour scheme for a kill.
All right, of course, I've seen that colour on a piece of clothing. Here he goes. He's going to pit. So Haggis is in the pits. So he comes in from P3. He's looking good. Might just stay
super cautious on entry. He is not going to make any mistakes tonight. It's looking really good for Haggis.
All right, so he goes stationary. Keep an eye on him for us, Nige. Where's Footner? So Footner's gone through already. Fresh Prince is going to come through. Angry Old Fella. Will he be able to get through as well? He sounds like he's still stationary though. Yeah,
so Haggis just underway. And Medals coming out of the last corner. So, yeah, Hagman's going to stay ahead of Medal. So they'll be P8 and 9.
I think Cart Dude... Did Cart Dude get past as well? I don't think so. No, he didn't. So he managed to stay ahead of Cart Dude and Metal Steel. Looks like he's come out in P7 right now. So good work from Haggis. That's his first stop completed. The rest of the field, well, the majority of them still need to complete at least one of their 2 stops. Ooh, who is that? That's the Aston Martin. That's cart number 1. Oh, what? That is Haggis in front of him. What's happened, Haggis? He's got damage to the front of that car. He's going slow. Cart number 1 came up on him in a hurry as well. He's got big damage at the front. He might have lost it through the first part of the circuit. Oh, no. That's big damage. Well, not big damage. Cosmetic damage anyway. He's trundling around. This is not good. He was on pace for a great result. The fan favourite. Oh, I didn't see it. He's made a mistake somewhere.
No, I missed it too. Yep.
Is he able to get back up to speed? I just saw cart number 1 come up on him in a hurry, and I was like, oh, what's going on here? But, all right, seems like he's gotten back underway. Oh, insane. That cart number 1, he's off into the wall. That was at the final turn 16, Lodge Corner. So
he's Haggis straight back into the pits.
Bugger. And cart number 1, he goes into the pits as well.
Yep.
So that would be his first stop. And then Haggis, that would be an unscheduled, but a second stop nonetheless. All right. Back at the front, though, it's still these 2 going at it. It's for the lead now, though. This is Gazza and K-Man. I reckon K-Man would be driving with a big smile on his face. He'd be loving it. He'd be tempted to maybe have a sip of a bourbon that he'd have beside his rig setup, maybe. Or he'll have a well-deserved one after this. But he's putting in a fantastic effort. He started in P4. He's up in P2 right now. Obviously hasn't stopped yet. Footnut is the only driver within the top 5 that has completed 1 stop already. But these 2 have been racing end-to-end for most of this one now, for a little while now anyway. And I reckon they're both enjoying it a lot. We've gone halfway as well. HSV's blaming you, Nige. It's your fault for saying that Haggis won't make a mistake. So, commentator's curse, that goes to you, mate, not to me.
Oh, that rubbish is for, what a load of rubbish.
Alright, so halfway mark. Well, we're over the halfway mark now anyway. 4 drivers that have pitted twice already. Haggis, Angry, Old Fella, Fly, and Andrali. They're all done. Drivers that are yet to pit at least once is these two on screen, Gazza and K-Man. Mr. N. Wilson and Kamangu. They're the other two. And Branchy. Hey, good to see Mr. N. Wilson having a good result as well. As I mentioned, he helped me get here, but let's see his recent results. 9th last round, so that was tidy. 11th before that. 11th and 6th for the sprint round. And then 9th in Barcelona. So he's having a decent run of it. Let's see if he can continue to get a nice solid result. He's up there in P4. Obviously, it needs to complete his at least one of his stops already. We'll see how high he can climb. As K-Man and Gazza, they're just coming up on a little bit of lap traffic now. That's an ICR Ferrari. Not too sure if that's Haggis. Kart number 1, he's still in. He's come back into the pits. He pitted just a couple of laps ago. He's going to get his second stop out of the way. And he's got 27.5 minutes to climb himself up out of P9, where he stands right now. He started in P14. So he's having a good solid run so far.
So, of the guys that have stopped, obviously Footnar is sitting pretty, but Freshie made his stop and he's come out just ahead of Metal. So these boys they're in for the battle for P4 now. And Metal's jumped straight back in for his second stop, so he's not going to sit behind anyone tonight.
He pitted really early, Metal. He pitted lap 2. So, and then we're lap 20 now. Yeah, keep going, Knight. Sorry I interrupted you there.
Sorry, no, I'm just seeing how long Metal's stationary. That's about 15, 16, 17. So that's quite a while. So he's needed to take some fuel. Haggis was stationary for quite a long time for his second stop, obviously doing some damage repair.
Yep.
So I'd say, and Metal's going to come out just ahead of Haggis. So they ended up very close on track. Gaz is in.
Gaz is in. All right. Time that one for us as well, Nige. I love this timing the pit stops. This is good stuff. So Gaz is going to complete his first stop on lap 21.
So probably about 10 seconds from Gaz. So this is push time for K-Man. And where is Footnar compared to... So Footnar's well and truly through on Gaz. Yeah, okay, so Footnar's had awesome pace in this stint.
Well, let's see where he's in comparison to K-Man. So Footnar just going through turn 5 and K-Man just coming out of... That was Fulston, so not a huge gap between them. Mr. N. Wilson, though, he's making a stop on lap 21. That's his first stop. Haggis and Metal Steel. So now you're saying Haggis and Metal Steel in the same team, and they've been Metal Steel's been coaching him a little bit. You said earlier on.
Yeah, they've just been working together.
Yep.
You know, swapping notes and practice sessions. But this is a tricky situation because they're in their own race and K-Man's now behind them. So K-Man will have to pit. Otherwise, he's just going to lose more time.
Yeah. All right, let's see if he does this lap. No, he doesn't. Oh, he does. He does. All right, K-Man's in. All right, so he's taken your sage advice there, Nige. And he said, I'm going to pit on lap 22, that one. All right. So, Footnar, he's going to inherit the lead. What about Gazza? Gazza's looking good now. He's just coming around through the final turn. K-Man's still stationary.
Yeah, about 9 seconds. So very similar to Gaz, but I think Gaz is going to be well ahead. I think.
Oh, there he is.
Time.
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be very close.
And there's Gaz. Oh, this is so close. They're going side by side.
Here we go.
Gaz has got the inside line. Gaz is able to get through. He would have had a little bit more grip there with his tyres being a little bit warmer. But that was... these two have resumed the battle once again. This is about how big the gap was between them earlier on. K-Man's going to become very familiar with the bumper of that Bentley of Gaz's here. But these two are going to continue hostilities. We've got 23 and a half minutes remaining. So it's gone, the first 37 minutes has gone by pretty quick. We've had some good action. We've definitely been entertained.
Oh, Gaz is wide. K-Man's got to run.
Slambo is cheering on his fellow.
K-Man going deep, looking around the outside. So these boys are so evenly matched tonight, it could come down to how long stationary they are at their second stops.
Well, if they stay here, if they stay in this this position here, this gap, then yeah, that's definitely what it will come down to. It's just going to be who makes the least amount of mistakes as well.
Yeah.
Both under a lot of pressure.
And the track temp is dropping, and I think that was expected. So the guys who started with pressures a little higher will be better off at the end.
Well, local time it's 5:25 p.m. So that would be, you'd be spot on there. Well, the sun's not exactly coming down. It'd be daylight savings, I would assume. In the northern hemisphere now. We've got Burrow Dog. Go Gaza. Oh, sorry. Gaza's flexing. Slambo's cheering on Gaza. Riggsy. Gaza was having none of that. He was having none of that. He was like, I'm all over this. Still a bit of Hallicam between these two. So this is the battle for P2, P3. I agree, Vic Chan. It is good racing. It's been fantastic racing tonight, I have to say. We had a grid of 14, but it hasn't been lacking for action. It's definitely been a quality, not quantity scenario. Especially
it looks like everyone's been well prepped to go the whole hour and just try and execute their strategy, make no mistakes.
Alright, let's keep an eye on this for now. Who else do we have out there? So it's Footnoll leading. He's 14 seconds ahead of these two here. Then it's Kamangu. Where are you, Kamangu? He's just coming through turn 12 now. He's yet to stop. So he is one of two drivers that have yet to complete at least one of their mandatory stops. Branchy is the other. But this man here, Kamangu, who put together the intro video, him and Andrali put it together. So he's the man that you can credit. So he's having a good one. Have a look at his recent results for Kamangu. It was 9th in Donington in round 2. Didn't race in round 1. He's gone 12th, 18th, 18th, 15th. So not had the greatest of runs. I think he had an accident at, where was it, Snedden in one of the races, the reverse grid. We'll see if he can get a solid result tonight. He's looking all right at the moment. Gap between K-Man and Gaz, only a second. So it's pulled out a little bit. What about, we've got someone pitting now. That's Wheezy Weston. Poor Wheezy, his race has not panned out how he thought it would be. He's making his second stop.
Oh, just as long as he's okay. If he's been, making a return after some health.
Yeah, I think it'd just be just a little bit of a test for him. See if he's back in the Pro Division next race. All right, 456464, cart number 1. He's in the Aston Martin. Who's he? That's it's his teammate, Selby Acoustics Racing. That's the Bentley, but they're not racing because the man he's chasing down is, to quote Nige, the Hagman. He's 1.4 seconds behind Metal Steel.
Well, those boys will formation fly it now through to the end. They won't be taking any chances.
Yeah.
Mangu, obviously, he's got to do 2 stops, so he's behind the 8 ball, but he can definitely improve on his finishing position by a strong second half of the race with those stops. If he was heavy on fuel and he's got short stops, he'll be looking good for the top 10. But there's a fierce battle going on for P4, and I'd say Freshie and Metal and Haggis.
Fresh Prince is in the pits now, so he's making his second stop. Branchy's.
Okay, all right, so I think Metal and Haggis will get Freshie in the stop. Oh, is he underway?
Fresh Prince.
He's
already.
He's already underway.
Yep.
Okay, so he's gonna
right.
be ahead easily.
Let's see where he comes out. Those guys aren't even in the background. We can't even see him. They're just coming through turn 1 now.
Yeah,
And-
wow, that's good strategy from Freshie.
Yeah. So he's completed both of his stops. So they're in a legit fight now. Fresh Prince, Metal Steel, and Haggis.
Yep,
That's-
that's a P4.
Yeah, that's going to be the on-track battle between those two. I think this will be good for Haggis to have kind of like a chaperone, if you like. You know, he'll be able to follow Metal Steel to get him through there. He's not going to be under pressure from anyone behind. He's got cart number 1 a fair way off him. So I think this will be good, a good experience, a good confidence builder. He's got, cart number 1 nowhere near him. What about Fly? He's down there with Angry Old Fella. They're scrapping it out for P10 and P11. So Angry Old Fella had the very early pit stop, but he's completed both of them now. Kamangu, he finally stops. Let's see where he will end up. These guys are about to pass him now, so he might just come out. Oh, he's got Branchy who's going to chase him down. He's recently pitted. I think he's going to come out towards the rear of the field. We'll just wait and see. Where are you, Kamangu? It's 377. He's got him going. He's got 123 behind him. Mr. N. Wilson. That's Mr. N. Wilson there. And this is Kamangu. He hasn't stayed in 4th position. Surely not. No, no way.
Because
Surely.
that's just his that's just his first stop.
Yeah.
Mangu's got to do another one.
Yeah.
As does Wilson.
But maybe that was a real short splash and dash, though, from Kamangu.
Yeah, I think so.
Because he has...
He would have been...
Yeah, because he is still in P4. But obviously he's got one more stop to do, but... Okay. All right, I'm kind of cheering him on. I want to see him have a good result. But I think the man everyone's cheering on tonight, he's closed the gap to Metal Steel. It's only half a second between these two.
Yep.
So maybe he's not going to want to sit behind Metal all the way to the end. We've got quarter of the distance still to go. This is going to be a very, very interesting scrap until the end. Out in front, though, it's Footner. He's got a 14-second lead on Gazers here in the other BHR Bentley. And then it's another Bentley. It's a Bentley 123. This time, this belongs to the Selby Acoustics Racing Bentley of K-Man. He's having a good race, racing from the Pro Series. And then Kamangu in P4 and Mr. N. Wilson. All 5 of those drivers yet to make their second stop, though. So the 2 drivers that have are on screen. Metal Steel and Haggis. Other drivers as well. Fresh Prince, cart number 1, Fly. Angry Old Fella. Haggis gonna make a move up the front straight. This is good. I love it. He's got the inside into turn 1. He's able to do it. Doesn't run too wide. Oh, that was a McLaren. That was a P&L McLaren on the side there. That was either Wheezy Weston or Fresh Prince. I'm not too sure who it was. I think it was Wheezy. Yeah, I think it was. But nice move from Haggis. I heard the crowd go wild. Look at that. The chat lights up. Here we go.
Freshie is now behind these 2 Ferraris. So it was Freshie. So Freshie's run wide. So this is the battle for P4 tonight. Haggis leads.
And who's that?
Metal,
That's
Freshie, and there's
and our Footnose just coming up to lap these guys too.
Gotcha.
So this could be, this could get a little bit spicy. But what a move by Haggis!
Yeah.
How good is it? He said, "I'm not content with sitting behind my teammate. I want to go racing," and he
There's
did.
no multi-21 in ICR.
Definitely not. All right, so Fresh Prince, he's got. He will probably start to see the blue flags, if not already. You'll have to let race leader come through. Footner. All right, let's just have a look. So let's try and get the visual. I just wouldn't mind staying with this because blue flags sometimes not always obeyed. And we have seen Footner. There he goes. He's going to be able to cruise through up the outside. Yeah, good driving from Fresh Prince then. Nice work. He's done it. All right. So let's have a look at this. So Mr. N. Wilson, he's in P5. He's yet to make his second stop. He's coming around turn 5 right now. And the Hagman, he's just coming up the avenue. So that's the visual gap. They're about to cross over right there. All right. So one was going, one was coming. So that's the gap. Mr. N. Wilson, I don't think has enough breathing space right now. He'd have to probably go all the way to the end.
If Mangu's got a very, very quick splash and dash, he's got a chance, but it's going to need to be a very perfect in lap.
So let's have a look where he is. He is just coming up through Water Tower into Druid's Corner. So turn 15. That's where he is. That little red dot on the map in the bottom right hand side of the screen. Haggis is right there. Here's that other red dot, little red dot. So the start of the third sector. So that's the visual difference between those two. Just having a look at, not Fresh Prince. I think Metal Steel has got the blue flags being waved at him. He allows Footner through. So good work, Metal Steel. Now this will be another little, a nice experience again for Haggis. Just to, he's got the leader coming
Wilson
through.
pits.
There he goes. Keep an eye on that for us, Nige. So, Fresh Prince, he's going to come through. Looks like Mr. N. Wilson's going now.
Yeah, Freshy's going to come past Wilson. Wilson stationary for 8 seconds. Yeah, Freshy's just ahead.
There he goes. Just trying to see.
K-Man within half a second of Gaz. Gaz runs wide, a little bit wide on the exit of 1. And they're coming up to some lap traffic. So, K-Man putting the pressure on. And Footnar would have lost a little bit of time behind those 2 Ferraris and the McLaren.
Still.
And Mangu's still circulating.
Alright, so they've got one of the other Selby Acoustics Racing Bentley. I think that's Branchy in front of these two. So maybe Branchy might play the team game here and just hold Gazza up a little bit. Oh no, he's run wide. Alright, so alright. I got a little bit excited. I thought that was K-Man. Alright, so he hasn't done what Fernando Alonso did that to Hamilton on the weekend.
Oh, that was unbelievable.
I thought it was pretty good myself. I thought it was good, hard, fair racing.
Hell yeah.
Mr. Hamilton, he can't have it both ways. He can't be taking people out one week and then complaining about defensive driving the next. So he's got to sort of take the good with the bad. But anyway, that's something completely different to what we're talking about now. So it's 4 tenths between these two. They've been stuck together side by side from a lot of this race. Footner is pitting. So there he goes. He stops now. And K-Man.
As well.
All right, here we go.
That looked like a good pit entry too. So Footnar underway.
What about K-Man? He's about to stop now. All right, and Gazza is going to continue on. He's going to take the race lead. But for how long will that be? And where did Footner...
8 seconds for K-Man.
So has Footner been able to stay in second place? This is where he's on the circuit, just coming through the avenue, through Island Bend. And now Gazza's here. Because there was a 14-second gap between Gazza and Footner, so that sounds about right. And then K-Man He's in clear air. So he's going to try and... Vic Chan. K-Man trying the undercut here. Let's see if Gazza can respond. I think... What's the bet? Is he going to pit this lap, you reckon, Gazza? He's got a bit of traffic. He's got Mr. N. Wilson up ahead.
If you've got your tyres in the perfect spot and you've got more fuel, I would stay out. But, yeah, there's a few different reasons why you'd come in.
Let's see. All right, so he's just coming up through, approaching 16 now. Let's see what he does. So he's got, Mr. N. Wilson, his teammate up ahead. No, he's not going to pit. He's going to keep on going.
So track temp down to 24.
I think we were in the 30s earlier on. Is that right? Yeah.
So it's dropped a lot.
All right, so here's Haggis. He's in P5. Now, the man he's chasing for P4 is this man here, Kamangu. So Haggis just coming out of turn 5. Kamangu coming through turn 12 now. Knickerbocker gets a little bit untidy as he comes through there. So that's the difference between them. I think Haggis is going to be on the money for P4 tonight.
I think so, yeah. I think his race pace is going to save him from that mistake with the contact.
Yeah.
And he was stationary a long time for his second stop, so he's
had some genuine pace.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But Mangu's looking sweet. I've been watching Mangu for the last couple of laps. He carries on for another lap. He's nice and clean. This is going to be close, actually, between Metal and Mangu. I think Haggis has done enough, but I think between Mangu, Metal and Freshie, I think it's going to be quite close.
Well, Vic Chan thinks that Mangu is going to slot in between Metal and Fresh. So here's Kamangu here. So he is just coming through the avenue now. Metal Steel is just about to come through turn 1. So that gives you a bit of an idea of the difference between them. This will be close. I think this will be very close. Now, Kamangu's first stop was a splash and dash.
Yeah, very quick.
Yeah. It's going to be all up to him on his second stop. In the meantime, though, we haven't missed it. Guz is here, still hasn't pitted. So let's see where he stands. He is just coming through turn 3 now. Cascades. Footner, on the other hand, his teammate, is not far behind now. So it was 6 seconds last time we went around. It's 4.9 now. So he's taken a second out of him. He's looking pretty good here. And then K-Man, still in that fresh air. He's coming through turn 3. So I guess probably what we really want to know is, where's Gazza compared to K-Man? So K-Man just coming through turn 4, approaching the hairpin. Let's just use that as a bit of a visual reference. There he goes. And then Gazza, he is coming through turn 12. So that's... here we go. So he's coming in.
Oh, he really went deep on entry into the pit lane too, so he knows he's in contention.
Here he goes. He's stopped. Haggis is about to cross the line. Haggis is looking good. It's a long stop. And there goes Haggis. Yeah, and that's Metal Steel as well. Sorry, I'm cutting you off there.
No, you're right, dude. Both the ICR boys are through, but Freshie dropped back a lot from the Ferraris on that lap. So Mangu is out ahead of Freshie.
All right, and Fresh Prince, he's coming through turn 1. There he is there. And Kamangu just coming through turn 3. So Kamangu's going to drop down into P6. That's still a very, very good result for him. I think he'll be quite pleased with that. As we've got less than 5 minutes to go. Do you believe that, Nigel? We've got less than... I could have done this for 2 hours tonight. This has been awesome fun.
Yeah. That last 20 minutes went very quickly.
that means we've been having a good time. All right. Burradog reckons Mango will jump him. I don't know how old that comment is, but he did. But he didn't. He didn't. All right. All right. But that means the Hagman, as he's been crowned tonight, he is in P4. So great effort from him. This is a fantastic result for ICR. They're in P4, P5. So I think those points were sorely needed this round. K-Man, he's still in P3. He'll want to know where Gaz is here, and he's right there. So right at the Sector 3 and Sector 2 end mark. That's going to be close as well. So that's going to be the little battle that we will focus on until the end of this one. Everyone's made their stops. We're racing till the end here. And it's currently a BHR, Bruce Hale Racing 1-2. But we're going to see, where can Haggis get on the podium? That would be amazing. Here we go, Gazza. Gazza, all right. Well, if he makes a mistake into the pits, he's pulled it up in time.
That was slick. That was good. So Footnar through.
Where's K-Man? So K-Man approaching the final turn. Gaz is here. Is stationary. K-Man coming around the final turn. Gets that all right.
Oh, K-Man's done it.
He is going to get through. He is. K-Man. He's done it. It was Gazza who kept him behind, but there he is in the background. So K-Man has gotten himself up into P2. So the Selby Acoustics Racing Bentley. Say that 10 times fast. Captain! Pro Racer. He's split him. He's split the Bruce Hale Racing 1-2. And he is in P2 as we approach the final 2.5 minutes. This is round 6 of the Pro-Am Division, Season 4 Race on Oz. It's the 1-year anniversary. Happy birthday to Race on Oz, the PlayStation, the ACC PlayStation. Oh, no, that's that Kate. Oh, he slowed down a lot there. Did he have a little issue? Not too sure. All right.
Who are we looking at, dude?
K-Man. I thought that he did have. I thought they did have an issue, but no, it doesn't. Might have just been a little mistake there. Coming through, it was through turn 7 and 8 at Fulston's. But this is the gap between him and Gazzy, so you can see that there. It's probably the furthest they've been apart all race. They've been within half a second of each other for the majority of it. But Footnut, he's run away with this.
Has to.
He's just coming. He's coming through turn 3.
Just goes to show you how strong his race pace is, because he was behind Wheezy for a while, but then he's just cleared out. So really hoping that next season we'll see Footnar racing in Pro, and it's just going to get even stronger.
Well, I think some guys would like to see him racing in Pro next week. Some of the guys here, but yeah, he's dominated. So he jumped on board Barcelona. He went win in Barcelona. He won the sprint race 1 at Snetterton. Came 8th in race 2, and then he won at the Nürburgring. So he's been absolutely on fire since
undefeated. So that's going to be 5 on the trot. Wow.
No, it'll be. He's gone win, 8th win. So,
but that 8th was in the sprint round, right?
Yeah, sprint round. So this would be his 4th win in a row, essentially. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's just race 2. So overall, he would have won that round.
I believe so. He came so close to winning the second sprint, but there was a little bit of action at the end where he was penalised and he dropped down into P8. But he's made no mistake of it tonight as we approach the final 15 seconds of this one. There's Klaus. He has told us it's the final lap, and it's this man. This man in a very familiar position. Oh well, not this man. Footnar. I've got it on K-Man now, so he's going to try and hold off his good friend Gazza, the two wily vets, the two team captains, as they begin their final lap. So we'll keep an eye on them, and we'll keep an eye on Footnar, who, he's been dominant to say the least since joining the Pro-Am division. I'd say he's a shoo-in for a drive-in pro next season. So I do dad jokes. I'm not even a dad. All right. So these two are going to come home in P2 and 3. Field's pretty spread apart as well.
Yeah, it's definitely the most spread out they've been. But yeah, that's what happens. You know, by the time the second stops are played out, if you're in a good rhythm, you'll obviously keep pushing all the way. But a lot of boys, if they're happy with their position, they'll just say, okay, we'll just chill a bit and just get it to the flag and bring home the bacon.
Well, the bacon is being brought home by this man, Footner. He took pole position. He did that pretty well. And then his early race pace was fantastic and just got better and better. He's about to take his 4th win from 5 rounds. It's Footner winning round 6, Oulton Park. Congratulations. It's a Bruce Hale Racing victory. Selby Acoustics Racing is going to break up the BHR 1-2. A very well-deserved effort from K-Man as he navigates the final turn. If he gets that right, which he does, there was never any doubt. He is going to take P2. Congratulations, K-Man, flashing the lights as he comes across the line. I reckon he enjoyed that one. Gazza, his fellow team captain, comes home in P3 to round out the podium. Haggis, the Hagman, the fan favourite, everyone's favourite tonight for ICR. A very, very well-deserved P4 coming up from him. He's a little way off the pace still, so we'll stick with him till the end. His good friend Metal Steel is coming out of P5. Looks like he might have done himself a mischief as well. Metal Steel, he's got some damage at the front of that car. He'll be one who... where's Kamangu as well? God, Kamangu is stationary at turn 3. What is going on, Kamangu? Has he stopped already? He shouldn't be... Oh, he has stopped. Yep, okay, cool. I was going to say I didn't see the little checkered flag, but it is there. All right, but Haggis, let's follow him across the line. Well done to Haggis. A newcomer to the league. A great result for ICR. P4, P5. The final turn, he overtook Metal Steel, and it looked like that was the right decision because he sort of skipped away from him. He takes P4. Congratulations to Haggis, and then Metal Steel is going to be the final car on the lead lap, and he will take a very well-deserved P5. Yeah, that Ferrari looks like it's been in the wars a little bit. We'll follow him across. There he goes. Bang, and then, I just went to the wrong one. All right, beautiful. Well, that's round 6 in the books, everyone. This is Metal Steel, just having a bit of fun out there. There we go. As we watch Metal Steel celebrate his well-deserved P5, what were your thoughts, Nige? That was a lot of fun.
Mate, you love to see someone doing doughies for P5, so Metal is
Yeah,
stoked
mate.
with that. Yeah, that was a great race. Footner, class of the field yet again. That was a really, really good battle. K-Man and Gaz the whole way through. Just Gaz losing out into that last stop. But yeah, great race through the field, and
Yeah,
Oulton Park is done and dusted.
Well, just Cameron Footner gets in the chat. So happy to put this track behind me. You know, it's quite humble. He's obviously not a favourite, but he's still dominated there. Who else do we have? Slambo. Footner needs to go into the pro. Yeah, that might be discussed. Vic Chan, well done. Footner, K-Man and Gaz. Awesome drive and good job, ICR. So Riggsy, top race. Well done, Footner, K-Man and Gazza. Barra Dog, well done, fellas. Good racing. Slambo, congratulations, Footner, Khan, K-Man, Gaz, good race. HSV, good work, everyone. Footner in there. Vic Chan, cheers for the stream, guys. Good to have you on board the pro streams. I think that was referring to you, Nige. He's got the little Nige part in the background. It was great to have you on board as well, Nige. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Cheers, dude. Yep, me too.
So I believe this is what it's going to be sort of ongoing for now. So that means we're going to be back together next week where we are going to... Where are we going next week, Nige?
Mate, Temple of Speed, the one and only.
Oh, Monza. Turn 1 at Monza. That's going to be...
Pro at Monza, yeah. It's going to be a huge test because... huge top speeds, lots of tow, huge braking zones, tight chicanes. Hell yeah.
All right, it's going to be good. So we're going to be same time, same place. Thanks everyone for joining us. Thank you for everyone in the chat. Really appreciate that. It was good to have you on board. I hope you all enjoyed the stream, and happy birthday once again for the Race on Oz ACC PS PlayStation Series. 1 year old today, and I think that race was fitting for the celebration. So my name is Nick. Nige, thank you very much. Stay safe.
Indeed.
Stay safe, everyone. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you next week at Monza for the pro drivers.